Okay, I just want to share a quick news bite with you guys that came across my desk here. And it's in regards to Andrew Tate and the fact that the Romanian police have seized 11 luxury cars. Last I heard, it's 15. Luxury cars from Andrew Tate and his brother after their arrest on these alleged sex trafficking charges. And guys, this is where it starts, man. This is where it starts. When they start seizing your property, and they are going after their property as well now. I believe they seized, what have they gone after so far? Seized 15 luxury cars, and at least 7 of which were owned by the Tate brothers, and more than 10 properties or land owned by companies registered to them. So it goes on to say that if prosecutors can prove that the Tates gained money through human trafficking, the assets will be taken by the state and will cover the expenses of the investigation and damages to the victims. So basically, when they say that if they can prove that they gained the money through human trafficking, I mean, over there in Romania, it's a little more corrupt than, say, here in the U.S., although not far. But they can manipulate this any way they want if they really want to take their property, which was probably worth millions of dollars. So and really, I've said this before, they are not going after these guys because they feel like they're human traffickers. Really what's behind this is the fact that they are threatening the narrative, right? They are threatening essentially control of the culture right now, right? I mean, there's literally a culture war going on right now. It's left versus right, and really the left, for the most part, is winning. I mean, they're winning because they're cheating. They have the media, Hollywood, celebrities, professional athletes in their back pockets, and really the right doesn't. I mean, it's like they have their arms tied behind their back, but they are still in the fight. Just because most people's biological instincts are to want things to stay the same, right? They want to see families out there. They want to see moms and dads. They want to see children with both parents, right? They don't want to see any of this, malarkey where it's like 5 dads or 5 different moms and, raising like 2 kids that they adopted, or they don't want to see this stuff, right? Or, kids 5 years old that are born male, wanting, all of a sudden taking these hormone treatments and becoming female. They don't want to see that stuff, right? So even the right, though they don't have, the media or Hollywood in their back pockets or any celebrities, and for the most part, they are kind of like being pushed into silence in fear of losing their jobs or their livelihood, which is true, right? I mean, if you are, any bit traditional, I don't even want to say right, because, 10 years ago, what would have been considered like middle ground or even a little left is now extreme right winger, man. This guy, is he crazy? He wants to see moms and dads still. That's so outdated. That's so Neanderthalic, right? It's crazy how times have changed. Regardless, this guy has become a mouthpiece for people who have been afraid to speak up for years, especially men, right? This is why so many men have gravitated to Andrew Tate. His, things that he talks about, things that he discusses on a lot of these podcasts. This is why so many people have gravitated to him, and much to the chagrin of a lot of these the woke coalition, right? The woke mafia, the machine. They don't like seeing this because, again, they want to control the narrative. Regardless, this is where it starts. They've got some charges against him. So far, nobody has seen any amount of evidence, right, to substantiate the fact that they're taking his property, seizing his cars, keeping him behind bars for the full 30 days. I know I just did a video earlier about how he tried to appeal that, and his lawyer tried to get him out sooner, and the court rejected it, and they're like, no, you're going to stay the full 30 days. I mean, what is this all meant to do? This is all meant to send a message, really not even just to him, but to all of his followers, to let them know they're really just making an example of him, like letting you know, hey, this will happen to you. You want to share his beliefs? You want to share his ideology? This will happen to you too, right? We'll come after your cars, your house, your property, your livelihood. We'll shut you down. We'll cancel you because we can't win a debate with you, because we can't debate on facts. We just have to resort to this 1984 Orwellian dystopian type of cancel culture, because we can't debate on facts. I mean, really, that's what it boils down to, right? They can't have this open dialogue, and it's always the left who wants to shut down the other side, right? They want to cancel free speech. They want to keep the other side from speaking. They want to shame you into existence and keep you in fear and paranoia that, hey, they can come along and seize your cars too or take your property. But regardless, the Romanian police here, according to Yahoo News, has seized at least 11 of his cars, Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan, and they're going to take this stuff if they can make it look like in any way, shape, or form that it was from the fact that he had, these women on camera against their will. But like I said, usually when it comes to human trafficking, the women are underage. I have not heard a single story of a single underage girl that they used. Sounds like all these girls were of legal age, of their own consent, of their own free voluntary will. There were some reports that, oh yeah, you might have tricked a few of them, told them that, hey, I'll fall in love with you if you come to Romania, and do these videos for me. But again, you're a grown adult, man. You know what? Come on. At what point do you accept any, responsibility for your own actions, right? And I've always said, like, if I were him, I would just get out of this business, right? He doesn't need the heat from this anymore. He doesn't need to be a part of it anymore. He's made millions of dollars. He's very wealthy. He just doesn't need to take part in this anymore or have this, grow into a bigger headache than it already is. If I were him, I would just shut down the business, do something else. I mean, he doesn't have to do anything else. He has loads of money. I mean, he could just be a social media guy, just go on these podcasts, spread his values, spread his ideas, talk all he wants, and just make sure he stays away from countries where there are laws where they limit your speech, right? Because they can detain you. This is why I said, for any social media influencers, especially if you're in the manosphere, I would be hesitant to travel overseas to certain countries, not all of them, but certain countries that don't allow for free speech, because you never know, man. They could plant something on you. They could put something in your suitcase, your bag. They could detain you. All of a sudden, you're all over the news, and nobody out there in the media is going to back you up. They're going to be like, yep, he did it. He did it. I mean, look at all these leftists going after Tate right now, going, yep, that's right, this human trafficker, put him in, lock him up and throw away the key. Right? And it's like, what about due process? What if he's innocent? Oh, no, he's not. You're going to get the same type of treatment. This is why I don't like to travel overseas anymore either, right? I mean, I had dreams of going to certain countries I'm not going to mention. But these days, I would be hesitant, especially with being a public figure myself, obviously not on his level, but with a few 100,000 subscribers, that's more than enough to worry to a certain degree about going into another country. Right, but here he is here in one of his vehicles. It goes on to say, the article says, Romanian police seized 11 cars from Andrew Tate after arresting him, and official told Insider. So all these cars have been impounded, that he worked for, that were his. Local media pictured the impounded vehicles, including a Rolls Royce and an Aston Martin. Those are very expensive cars. I don't know where they're getting this figure that, it's only worth $300,000. No, I mean, the Rolls itself is worth, depends on what kind it is. I think it might be a Phantom, but that's definitely, that alone will be worth about $300K, if not more. The Aston Martin, same thing. And it just says that they are really, at the end of the day, they're going. I'm not going to read all of this, but it just says that they're essentially going to keep these cars in their possession. The government's going to keep them probably throughout this trial until they are actually proven 100% innocent. But if there's a little bit of, if they find any dirt whatsoever, I'm sure they will try to amplify it and use it in order to keep some of his property, if not all of his property, which is why, if I were him, I would just shut this business down, and any other businesses that he owns that, that could potentially put him in harm's way, right, for something like this to happen again. Because if he keeps, I mean, also too, as a religious guy, right, he said he was one-time Christian, now he's chosen a new religion, which also has similar beliefs to Christianity. I mean, you shouldn't be involved in that business anyway as a religious man, right? So, besides the fact that now it's being used against him to, to arrest him and put him in the media and create this, narrative that he's a human trafficker. Right, so he should really just shut this business down, get as far away from it as possible, and just focus on being a social media influencer or any other businesses where it's not going to be something that's where the Romanian government can come at him in the middle of the night and haul him away in a paddy wagon, him and his brother. Right, so. That's the latest update as far as his property goes. Not only are they going to keep him the full 30 days in jail, but they're also going to hold his property, and I would not be surprised if they keep it. Even if he goes free, I'm sure they're going to use some of this or find some angle to try to keep his property and just try to tell the media that it's to pay for all the courts and the lawyers and everything. We have enough suspicion where we can keep 6 of these cars, That's a problem once you get into these dodgy businesses, right? But regardless, guys, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of the Romanian government here seizing Andrew Tate's vehicles, his luxury vehicles, and also his properties. If not, I think they might even be seizing his home or something like that. But they're going to be taking as much as they can. Right, so let me know your thoughts below. What you think of all this, and do you think he's innocent? Do you think there's any truth to this? Personally, again, I have not seen any evidence whatsoever these girls have not even spoken out, right? So drop your comments below, guys. As always, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, smash that notification bell as well. For me, helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to support my work and what I'm doing here, jump into 7 Months of Mastery. All you need to do is click the link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. Just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I'll see you in my next coaching video. I'm out.